Hey, 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 it's Ronai. I'm so excited to be here and share some healthy holiday swaps. I'm here with Leanne Mason, and you'll notice I'm a little bundled up. Our heater is not working on our house right now. So it's like 68 degrees in our house, which for some people they keep their house at that, but I like it a good like 72 to be really comfy. It was 65, so it's warmed up just a little bit, but there you go. So
Wow,
it's definitely got me a little bit in the holiday mood though. Not in the
that's
way that
awesome, but I'm sorry that you're cold. One of those fun tips in case you forgot, putting black pepper on the bottom of your feet can help warm you up. Then
cinnamon
put socks on.
also. Cinnamon or black pepper, both of those are fabulous. The bottom of your feet also has thicker skin, so you don't necessarily need a carrier oil, but if you have sensitive feet, then a carrier oil is always good. Make sure you put your socks and then shoes on. My dad always told me if you're cold, put socks on your feet and a hat on your head. And so I'm following that advice as well.
That's awesome.
So, Leanne, what are some of your favorite holiday swaps?
So when it comes to swapping for the holidays, I actually take a little bit different approach of swapping, and I love the 3 bite rule. You can actually have 3 bites of anything and get enough enjoyment and pleasure out of that rather than cutting things out altogether. So if you are an all or nothing person, then your all is 3 bites. So that is one of my favorite things is that I've been learning from Angela Villa. Food is not good or bad. It is fuel for your body.
Yes.
And as we fuel our body properly, and to me, that is properly fueling it emotionally as well as physically, especially during the holidays. Food holds lots of memories and emotions for us. And so, if we eliminate things that bring back those feelings of love and joy and those memories, then we are not taking care of our emotional body. So that's one of my favorite holiday swaps. How about for you?
I really am one of those all or nothing type people, and I have found that after 3 bites, it doesn't have the same enjoyment as that first 3 bites, so I love that because I've had to change how I eat to do some gut repair, but I can take 1 or 2 bites of something just to have that, like, that little bit of that savoring, and then by the 3rd bite, I'm like, "Ooh, no, this isn't." So that doesn't overdo it for me. Another thing that I like for holiday swaps is like making things, right? I used to go buy all the different things, and we do have a class that will be coming up talking about like some of the holiday swaps for making things. But when I make cookies or treats, I can control how much sugar is put in it, whether I actually add sugar or if I use something like maple syrup or if I use dates. I just saw this really amazing recipe and I'll have to find it and we can post it here, but it's how to make like a Snickers bar, but it uses dates. I was like, "Oh, that would be really,
Ooh,
really interesting."
hey,
And
I'm
then
going to really quick share a date recipe with you guys that's a healthy swap.
is that the
You
candy apple
take,
one you sent me?
yes,
Yes.
yeah, I sent Rone a candy apple one. And what you do is you take the pitted dates, you roll them out flat, you put them all next to each other, and you create this flat, just dates. And then you wrap the apple in the dates and then dip it in the chocolate. Super healthy swap.
Yes.
Dates are good in nutrients and fiber, but dates, when they are pitted and in that form, give a caramely flavor. So a lot of recipes, you can substitute dates for sugar. You can cut half and half. You can use a lot of different fruits to add in instead of the sugar. So I love that. Maple syrup is an excellent swap. Monk fruit is an excellent swap as well, way lower on the glycemic index.
Coconut sugar, That's another good one that works well. And then for me, because I've had to go grain free, using almond flour or coconut flour. There's different types of flours. Make sure that if you're buying flour or anything, you want it organic, non-GMO, like know where your things are sourced from. It's so incredibly important to know what your ingredients are. Let's say you're not somebody who's going to go out and make all your things. Then make sure you learn to read the label and look for simple ingredients that you can understand what they are. And if they have 5 or less ingredients is a lot better than if there's like 25 ingredients and you can't read what they are. Now, if
Right.
there's 10 ingredients and you know exactly what each of the things are, that's totally fine too, because some things like require more
Salsa,
ingredients.
salsa,
Oh,
fresh salsa has more than that in the ingredients, but you know what each ingredient is, right?
yes.
I want to go back really quick. My daughter is allergic to wheat. And so it's not even, we can't just look for gluten free because they have started processing things in a way where it still has gluten, but, or not, sorry, it still has wheat, but they've removed the gluten, which is the wheat protein. Well, if you are sensitive to wheat or allergic to wheat, that doesn't solve the problem. But not all flour cooks the same way. So
Yeah.
make sure that you are doing your research on what or how to use the different flours. Coconut flour, super dry. So you need more moisture when you're doing coconut flour. Almond flour can also be dry. Peanut flour is excellent when you're doing peanut butter cookies, things that you would normally do peanuts in, but also with the nut flours, you have to be careful with nut allergies. So just make sure you do some research and that you know what are good swaps versus swaps that are not going to work well in a recipe.
Now, we do have, obviously, if you're making recipes, there are some amazing essential oils that are really good for adding in, especially at this time of year, peppermint, supermint, cinnamon. I'm trying to think of what some of, clove. Like these are all really good oils. So if you need oils, let us know. And if you want to start curbing that appetite a little bit, um, Leanne and I have both been using a new product called Zestal Trim, and we're super excited about it. For me, it is the first time I've ever felt full in my life because I don't have that signal, or I've untrained that signal that goes from my stomach to my brain that says, hey, we're full. You don't need to eat anymore. The Zestal trim has started retraining that signal. So I actually don't even go, normally I would go back, especially if it's yummy, for seconds or thirds because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna start out small and then I get seconds and then I get thirds and it's like way more than my body really should eat. And now I'm stopping with that first plate of things. And sometimes I
And
don't even finish it.
for me, I'm actually getting full faster. I did have that fullness cue, but I'm noticing that I I get full faster. I'm working with a nutrition coach and trying to get the right macros in. So having Angela coaching us with the Zestal trim and having a nutrition coach that's helping me balance my macros is an interesting balance because I am not getting all my calories and macros in because what we do is you weigh and you measure your food so that you know what your calories are. But if I can't eat it, you don't want to force yourself. You want to keep your body doing those natural cues. And so Angela said, that's just right now, it's my body getting the nutrition that I need, and it will start balancing out. So I love that. Ronay, why don't you really quick give me your link and I will post that in the comments. Also,
Okay.
I posted a link to cooking with essential oils. You guys, there I have put a lot of resources in because when you're cooking with essential oils, a toothpick is often all you need. I also use doTERRA essential oils when making fudge. when making cookies and frostings and the different things, you can still enjoy the holidays and enjoy the food. Just make some healthier swaps. So I love that.
I am not going to be able to find that really quick because they just switched over to their new website, so I need to get that. But we will drop the link in here in a little bit. If you guys are interested in Zestal Trim, it's a pretty amazing new product. So we'll drop
Awesome.
that in a little bit.
So next, I'm going to drop the link for our upcoming classes. We are going to take a little bit of break in classes to celebrate and spend time with our families because that is important too. So we have classes November 21st, December 5th, and December 10th, and then we'll come back after the holidays. So make sure you register for those upcoming classes. And as always, we are not doctors. We cannot diagnose and treat. We are just here to educate. And as we find things, we want to share them with you because each of us, bless you,
Thank you.
need different things to support our bodies. And there are different products out there that do different things to support our bodies. One of my favorite holiday swaps, you guys, and I think Ronai would agree. I used to be a great big hot chocolate person. Totally loved hot chocolate. And it's probably been 15 years, 10, 15 years, somewhere in there, that a friend introduced us to what's called chaffee. Chaffee is brewed cacao, and there are 20 calories, no sugar in 8 ounces. And there's 3 carbs and 2 protein in that. So in our home, I drink coffee and then I might put just a little bit of cream in it and a pinch of salt. Sometimes I put a little bit of maple syrup. I actually like it dark and so I don't add sugar to it. Ronai, I use it also. We put it cold in our fridge, and that's the base of many of my protein shakes. Ronai, how do you like to drink it?
I use heavy whipping cream and maple syrup from my maple syrup that I make from my trees. And that's how I mean, I have that pretty much every single day. I rarely miss having coffee. For those that drink coffee, you know that coffee in the morning tends to have an eliminating effect for you. Coffee also has an eliminating effect for me. So I drink it
Right.
every day because it helps my body process. It also has more antioxidants in it than a cup and a half of blueberries.
Yep.
It has theobromine, which is a vasodilator, rather than caffeine, which is a vasoconstrictor. So it actually helps with blood flow in your body. Today,
Now,
again,
it
with
does
no
have
heat,
caffeine in it, just
it,
a
yes,
lot less than coffee. And the
chocolate has a natural
theobromine,
caffeine.
yeah, the natural caffeine and the natural theobromine together help give you energy without the jitters.
Right. And it's been fabulous today because it's been so cold in my house. I was like, yay, I have my coffee because I don't drink coffee. I never got a taste for it. And I'm glad because coffee is very acidic, where coffee is very alkaline. So it's just a fabulous product. So if you are looking for something that's super yummy and you want to replace or start changing out your coffee, or you just want something warm that's good for you, definitely check out Chaffee.
And the cool thing is, I've been using it for a long time. They're just getting their affiliate program up and running. I have my meeting this afternoon with them, so afterwards I'll come back and drop my link in here for you guys. But as always, if you have any questions, we are here to help you. We are both open books as far as what we do and what we use. So we are here to educate, support, and help in any way possible. So thanks for joining us. We will see you next week.
Bye bye.